Good morning, everyone. I've decided that today is going to be.
We don't need to listen to my early morning rant. I was just talking about a bunch of things that I wanted to do, like housekeeping stuff, like laundry and haircuts, and none of it ended up happening. So I'll show you a map of where I'm heading today, going up through Burns, Oregon, and then east to the Owyhee River, or Owyhee. Not sure on the pronunciation there, but it's about 45 minutes outside of Boise, and it's supposed to have great fishing. And this drive today, oh my God, going north towards Burns, almost the entire way from leaving this campsite to Burns, I I almost didn't see a single other car. It wasn't until I got close to the town of Burns that I started seeing some vehicles on the road. It was wild, especially because it was the middle of the day.
I haven't passed another car in like 30 minutes. I've been listening to this audiobook by Kenneth Womack, and it's called Living the Beatles something. I forget the rest of the name. But the whole thing is based on the diary of the Beatles road manager since the beginning of the band, and just all the craziness that goes along with a band like that, with all the fame and fortune and everything happening so quickly when everybody is so young. And my God, that guy lived a life and a half. Wasn't always good, but it's a really good story.
So now I'm driving up the Owyhee River Canyon, and this is still in Oregon, actually. I thought this was into Idaho because it's so close to Boise, but actually it's in Oregon, and it's another place that I had never heard of before. I spoke with my uncle a couple days prior, said I'm coming into town, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I think my neighbor is a fly fisherman, and he's always talking about this river nearby." So I checked it out, and I'm really glad I went. It's really, really pretty, and there's tons of places to go free camping. They even have porta potties in the pullouts, and the fishing's great.
Man, look at this campsite I found right on the banks of the river. This is the Owyhee River, about an hour outside of Boise, and it's supposed to be a pretty famous fly fishing river. The dam is just like, I don't know, a half a mile upstream here. I came up, crossed a bridge, and then came downstream a little ways, and found this really, really cool, private, shady spot.
And there's tons of places though, for like, you know, downstream by like 10 miles, there's just countless places to turn off. And there's even porta potties, and there's signs that say 14-day camping limit, so I think it's BLM land. But yeah, this was a place I wanted to come by because I have some family in Boise that I'd like to see. And I've been to Boise before, but I've only been to like the city pretty much. And I know there's a lot to do in this area in terms of being outdoors. And I mean, this looks nothing like the Boise I'm used to. This looks more like Utah again, the red rock and everything. And well, come to think of it, I might still be in Oregon. I don't even know. But anyways, yeah, my day in Burns, as you can see, I didn't get a haircut. They didn't take walk-ins on Thursdays. And then I didn't go to the laundromat because I just realized I can do laundry at my uncle's house or my cousin's house. So I just went to Safeway and stocked up on some provisions. And Burns is a cool town. I really like it. A lot of sort of revitalization going on in their downtown area. Lots of like old brick buildings being turned into new coffee shops and that sort of thing. A lot of overlanders cruising through because it's sort of on the way to Bend or Boise, depending on the direction you're going. Lots of really cool rigs. Probably should have taken some pictures. And yeah, a lot of young people around, at least in the Safeway. I was just kind of looking around and I was like, oh, it's the first town I've been to in a while that's not like all retirees. So, yeah, Burns. Decent fish on. Somewhere. Oh man, he's going downstream. Come back up. Come back up. Oh. I hope you guys can see this. That's a big trout. Need to get him in closer. It's coming up. It's coming up. Oh, it gets deeper. I can't run to him. I gotta get him to come to me. Oh my God. He barely even fits in the net. Okay, guys. That's the fish of the trip so far. This fish is so strong, he's not even gonna let me hold him, I can tell. Let go of the net. There you go. Okay. Wow. Oh my God. All right, guys, this river is so cold. I'm in my pools and I set one foot in. I was like, I don't even know if I should do this. My feet are about numb, but a couple casts in, hooked up with that guy. Yeah, I can take the cold. Gonna give these guys a try. Pretty warm. Got the doors open. Sounds of the river in the background. Oh man, I'm glad I came. Cool spot for sure. There's my friend. Time to get some racing stripes. At least it's not like a thorny bush like what's on the left. Oh, the things we do for the perfect campsite. That was a sweet campsite though. I slept so well. And that fish, oh my god. What a fish. Fish on. Has a double dropper with a fat weight, just trying to get to the bottom of this pool. Pretty hot day here. Oh, this fish does not want to come up. Well, it seems every fish in this Oahe River is a pretty decent fish that is a fighter. I'm on this rock. I gotta get my net down to the water. Come over into this little cove. Fuck it, I'm going in the water. Oh. Come on. Come on now. Yep. Oh, got him. Got him. Look at that fish, guys. Alright, let's get the hook out, man. Oh yeah, smile for the camera. Be gone. Another one at the same spot. Oh fuck, he just came off. Damn. Well, time to get on to Boise. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, the Oahe River is a pretty great place to fish and camp. We'll spend one night here because I have no service here. I told my uncle I was gonna get in contact with him sometime this afternoon. So I just told him if the fishing was good, I'll stay a little bit later. And it was good. I mean, really, I only got one fish today and one last night. But in this river, it's quality over quantity, in my experience. I'm sure there's some people here who can pull fish out of the river all day. But I'm kind of on these big kind of open water rivers. I don't know, I'm more of like a stream and brook and small river type of fisherman, and these rivers are a little bit more intimidating, and you gotta kind of just get dialed in. And I obviously didn't have service, so I didn't do any research on what fish might want to eat. I did have my uncle reach out to somebody before I got here, and he told me a couple spots to try, and one of them I got that huge fish last night, which was coincidentally just right where I was camping. But yeah, just the scenery alone is worth the trip. It's kind of like Grand Canyon, Utah-ish kind of vibes around here, and it's really neat. Only downside is quite a lot of fishermen. It's a little crowded up closer to the dam. There's a couple guide services with small groups, and
I know it's fine. Like, you can fish with somebody else within your line of sight. It's not a big deal. I don't know. I like feeling like I'm all by myself out there. So that's kind of why I drove down the canyon a little bit and found my own little spot there. Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a few days. I was in Boise visiting with my uncle and my cousins, and it was nice to just, crash on a couch, shower every evening, and kind of just relax and not worry about where I'm camping and where I'm getting water and all that sort of stuff. It was a nice little break. But at the moment, so I am basically waiting for my title to arrive for this van. This van's titled in South Dakota, but I am not wanting to deal with America's Mailbox and that whole kind of middleman scenario. So I'm gonna have the van titled in Idaho, and it's very cheap and simple in Idaho. You just have to have the vehicle there to do it. And so the title is arriving at my uncle's house in a couple days' time. In the meantime, I am right off Highway 21. I'm making a loop. I sort of went north out of Boise, and then I headed east along the Payette River. And this section of the Payette River is not supposed to have very many fish in it, or it's not supposed to be good fishing. It's crystal clear. It's actually some of the clearest water I've ever seen. And on first look, you can't see any fish or really any like biodiversity in the water. There's very few bugs and everything. But I pulled off in this little kind of like campground, pull out like informal camping site, and there's this gorgeous pool down there. And I did see a fish, so naturally I just went and got the fishing pole, caught a couple small ones. It was really fun, and I wouldn't skip this part of the river. It's beautiful, and while my ultimate goal is to head over to Stanley and camp in that area and fish for a couple days, this scenic drive that I was on is actually, also has some nice fishing along it. So yeah, the plan is to end up in Stanley or around there this evening and fish, and then fish for the next few days in that area. There's a couple smaller streams that run into the Salmon River, and the Salmon River itself is supposed to be one of the best rivers in all of Idaho for fishing. There's also some high altitude lakes in the Sawtooth Range that could make nice day hikes for sightseeing and or fishing. And then I'll come down through Sun Valley and loop back around westward towards Boise on Wednesday or Thursday. So that's the plan, and welcome along with me. On the Payette River. Oh, nice. Ooh, little fish. Off. Jeez, look at how clear that water is. So, down under the bridge, which I couldn't see from the bridge, is a really nice deep pool. But I might have to cross to the other side of the bridge to get there. And then upstream there's another
nice deep pool. I'm gonna see if there's access over here. Just cross the bridge. This pool looks super deep. Beach up here that I can get to. And yeah, it's slower water on this side. I mean, if there's any fish around here, they're gonna be in this pool. Fish on. Whoa. Come on, get away from those sticks. There we go. Nice fish. I don't even know what kind. It looks like a rainbow, but it's really light. There he is. Great place, maybe not to fish, but for there to be fish. In fact, I can see like a 14-incher cruising down right there. Looks a little impossible for fly casting. I'm just on the kayak scoping out Stanley Lake, but it's a really cool spot where the stream flows through these dead trees onto this beach, and then there's all this vegetation in the water here. Perfect habitat. Yeah, right there. I don't think he sees me yet. Certainly is a special place. Take me home, little creek, to the boat ramp I need to be. Oh my God, could it be? Could it be a dirt road with no huge trailers parked at the end of it?
6 of these like public land Forest Service dirt roads, and every single one of them, especially closer to the lake, was just jam-packed with trailers and dirt bikes and people posted up for clearly like weeks. Not like hobos, but just people who have staked their claim for as long as they can. And there were spots, like I could have parked anywhere in there. It's just, you'd be like right up next to some huge family with 6 kids and everybody has their own dirt bike, and I just can't imagine it'd be a quiet place to camp. So yeah, I kept driving and I found this spot, which is pretty deserted, but there are these signs that lets me know it's not a private road, and as long as I just park in a designated camp area, it should be good. But the important part is it's got an insane view, and the creek, there's a really nice looking creek that goes through this meadow that's like right on the other side of that tree line there. Fish on. This is a pretty small creek, and this fish is not tiny. Whoa. Yeah, he's not wanting to come up at all. Whoa. Oh shit, he's like intentionally trying to tangle me up in the roots over there. Oh, this is a whitefish. Holy shit. That is a monster whitefish. Wow. What a good fish to catch. I mean, serious fighter. Had me fooled for a trout. Fun. Another fish. Possibly another whitefish. Because it just seems like the other one. I don't know though. Tell you what, these whitefish are tenacious. And they're big. Jeez. No, they're fishy. What do we got here? That will be rice pilaf. I really like these Near East brand like side dishes. They do couscous and rice and other stuff, and it's like a couple bucks for that box, and it makes like several cups. Yeah, it makes 3 cups, so that will fill you up in addition to whatever protein you want. Plus I already had a salad. Oh man, it feels good to be back in the wild.
The Sawtooth Range is just gorgeous right now. Got a little like alpenglow up in the peaks there. This campsite I'm really excited about. It's just flat. There's nobody else here. Views for days. There's tons of campfire wood. I don't know if I'll have a fire. We'll see how I feel after dinner. It's actually pretty calm. So it might actually be a good evening to do that. Maybe check out some stars. So I caught 3 pretty decent whitefish in that creek, just past the trees there. I didn't see any trout. I hooked a couple small fish. Those might have been trout, but the whitefish were pretty massive for how small the creek was, and they fight really well. I'm usually just fishing for trout, but I'll take a whitefish. At some point tomorrow, I will be in Stanley, and I'll go to the fly shop, and I'll ask them which lakes are good day hikes to go fishing at. That would be a really fun thing. I don't know if I want to do an overnight to one of the lakes or a couple of the lakes, just because I'm not planning on being... I mean, I got to be back to Boise in a couple days, so I'll probably do some more river fishing in the Salmon River and some of the other streams, and then get out of here, mosquito. And then maybe do a couple high altitude lakes, see if I can make it. It's kind of crazy that it's 10 p.m. right now. Good morning. Just letting Doris warm up for a minute here before I head out to Stanley, Idaho. I slept in. It's probably around 10, and last night was just so great. I actually slept better out here in the van than I did at my uncle's house, which is saying something. I'm really getting used to just being out in the woods and the total, quiet at night, where all you hear are crickets and the wind and just other sounds of nature. I'm really getting used to that and really liking that. Guys, oh my god, I was accelerating onto the highway and I had the blower fan on, like, kind of full blast. As I was accelerating, I flipped the blower back down to 0, and at that exact moment, I don't know if it was a coincidence or what, but the engine fully cut out
instruments lit up like a Christmas tree. Like every single light was on. The engine just like it like stopped for a second, and then it came back on, and then proceeded normally. It was very, very unsettling. Now the check engine light's on. That's pretty common though, because there's been like this glow plug thing. It's been on and off, which is not a big deal, but I need to, I need to figure out what just happened. Like, maybe I bumped the shifter, but the worst that I could have done there was hit the plus or minus. That shouldn't really have caused whatever that catastrophic thing that happened was. Not good. Parked right next to the salmon river. Stopped in the fly shop. Bought a bunch of flies. I actually got a new net. It's one of these nets with the rubber webbing, which is much better for the fish. And yeah, he gave me a bunch of details on where to go. He gave me a couple recommendations for lakes that I can hike to. I'll probably do one of those tomorrow. There's 3 guys fishing out here. And oh my god. Where I come from, there's some sort of etiquette with, like, if you're fishing a spot, you kind of give people space. But I was parked here, rigging up, pole leaning against my van, and those guys parked across the street from me, walked literally right past my open door, didn't even say hi, and then just started fishing like right where I was about to go. So I walked upstream a ways and fished a little bit, but they've been flogging that pool for like an hour. I'm just waiting for them to leave at this point so I can give it a try. But yeah, that's not cool. Fuck that. Whitefish, baby. Today took a bit of a turn. Kind of lost my shit for a minute. I wanted to go get a campsite close to Horseshoe Lake. I think that's what it's called. Because there's a trailhead for Saddleback Lake. And that's one of the lakes that the fly shop guy told me was a good hike and fish type place. The lake, Lower Horseshoe, is that what it's called? I can't remember. I think it's called Horseshoe Lake. There's a lower one. It looked really nice for kayaking, and there's a spot where you can park the van right next to the lake. And so I kayaked and fished, and at one point, this is where things went wrong. Oh God, it gives me the creeps just thinking about it. Some of you will probably laugh because it's like probably not a big deal at all. But, I'm a pampered California guy and this has never happened to me. But I paddled up the inlet, up the stream that goes into the lake, and I was wading and fishing, and I caught some little little trout. It was fun, but it was kind of just fun to paddle up there and just see the river. And then I paddled downstream. I filmed some of that. That was fun. And then I was basically trolling with a woolly bugger for fish in the lake. And I caught some big whitefish. No more trout, but the lake was pretty warm. Anyways, at one point, I looked down at my shoe, my water shoe, which has like webbing on it. It's kind of like an open shoe thing. And there was blood coming out of the shoe. And then there was this like big gooey black thing like inside my shoe, kind of sticking out where the blood was. And I put two and two together real quick and realized I had a huge leech on my foot. And oh God. You know, I didn't scream or yell. I think I let out a, oh shit. You know, like what else can you say in the moment? I got my shoe off, got the leech off. It wasn't like hard to get it off. You just kind of grab it and rip it off. Threw it in the lake. Hopefully some fish ate it immediately. But my foot wouldn't stop bleeding for like an hour and a half. I have a Band-Aid on it now, but I was just dangling it in the lake to kind of like clean the blood off, and it kept bleeding. And you know, I got up to the van. Finally, I got the kayak out of the water, and it was just still leaking. And then I got into the van and raised my foot above, you know, put it up on the couch when I was on the floor to stop the bleeding. It wasn't like a huge slice or anything, but that, I don't know how leeches work. I don't even want to know, but whatever they do, it got me good, because it was on there probably a half an hour or more before I even realized it. And yeah, it just like, you know, bored into my poor foot. Oh my God. Sorry, this is stupid. I'm just like reliving it in my mind, and it's just like, it's gonna give me nightmares probably. But anyways, yeah, the mosquitoes are one thing. Leeches are another. I've had about enough of things drinking my blood and like living off of my O positive or whatever it is. Yeah, I need my blood. I don't think they do. All right, I'm officially beyond Redfish Lake, and checking on the maps, it seems I'm actually over halfway there, which is good because I'm over halfway out of water. I have my filter, it's all good, but yeah, now I feel like I can just drink as much water as I want, and by the time I get to the lake, it'll be just about time to replenish. A group of backpackers back there just told me that they tried to get to the lake that I'm trying to get to, and they said the stream or river crossing is not really doable for them. They said they encouraged me to go for it, but they couldn't see a great way across. I then mentioned that
I'm okay with, you know, wading really deep if I have to, and, you know, getting wet. And they're like, yeah, you might make it. So now I'm just really curious. The crossing should be, I don't know, maybe half a mile up here. See what happens. Okay. This is not impassable. I mean, when I go wading for fishing, I routinely wade in waters like this, sometimes deeper. I'm gonna go up. It looks like there's a pool, and at the end of it looks like it might be kind of some even, slower, flat water. Check it out. Yeah, this seems to be the easiest spot. Could go up further. Water's real slow up there, but I stepped fully into a puddle in my boot already. So my boot's already wet, so I can just walk through. Yep. Well, my feet are wet. My boots are wet. Kind of like wrung out my socks, but you know, they're squishing. But I'm just gonna press on, see what happens. I mean, I'm gonna have to come back this way in a couple hours, so I guess no use worrying about trying to dry my feet out right now. I'll leave my boots out overnight. Oh man. Well, there's no real trail anymore. I'm just going up. It's been a scramble. Oh, there's a little bit of a trail, but for the most part, you're just bushwhacking up these rocks. I love it, actually. Well, I'll tell you what, this is not a day hike for the faint of heart. The trail is like a 45-degree angle, just straight up. And while going up is pretty grueling, going down is gonna suck a lot more. Not looking forward to the way down. The rest of this hike has been really nice and gradual, like really. Super well maintained trail, but after the stream crossing, it's like you're on your own. So I did look at a topo map before this hike, but I didn't look very closely. I just kind of eyeballed it. I was like, those lines aren't that close together. But in a half a mile from the main trail up to the first lake, it was 1,200 foot of vertical in a half mile. And apparently that's pretty extreme. While the view is breathtaking, the hike is taking my breath away. Dad joke. Oh man. Trail's about to be sandwiched between snow and a torrential creek. Can't stop now. Well, I made it to Lower Saddlebag Lake, and I'm glad that climb is over, man. And a sight for sore eyes, trout jumping. First 10 feet of the lake that I can see. I see a bunch of fish. Time to rig up. decent way down the super steep part. And actually the trail is much more obvious when you're going down, for me at least. My knees are getting a little shaky, and I know why. It's because I'm an idiot and didn't bring any food. This is one of those videos where I'm doing this, but not like a how to do this. It's what happens when you sleep in. You want to seize the day. You kind of rush your decision and planning. I remember to put on sunscreen at least. And I packed my water and my water filter and all my fishing gear. Yeah, that's where my priority was. I had all that good to go. But yeah, food. Who needs food? All right, I've come to the stream crossing. Got my shoes tied to my rod holder. I'm not setting up the camera and like filming myself crossing because I'm not coming back to get it. But I've got you tucked into the side of my backpack, so you'll get a side view of what's going on. Hopefully no underwater shots. There it is. You know, it's not that bad. It's just when you're barefoot and the rocks are super slippery and it's kind of like 4 feet deep in the pockets there. Actually, it looks like great fishing, but I'm getting off the mountain. Dinner will be mac and cheese and Spam because I liked it so much the first time. By the way, that first green canister is still going strong. I've been on the road it's close to a month at this point.